After my wife's funeral, I went to my sister's son's first birthday. She announced, "My son is your wife's child, so I'll take half your 800K house." She even showed me the will. I just smiled, because my wife had warned me this would happen. My wife died from ovarian cancer at 32. 18 months of chemo and surgery before it finally took her. My sister was there through everything, bringing her son over during treatments. "He loves his aunt so much," she'd say, watching my wife hold him with trembling hands. I thought it was kindness. It was strategy. 3 months before my wife died, she called me into our bedroom at 2:47 a.m. "I need to show you something about your sister." She showed me text messages between my sister and her boyfriend. "Once she's dead, I'll say the baby is hers. IVF, surrogate. He won't fight it. He'll be too broken. The house is worth 800K. If the kid is her biological son, he inherits half." My hands shook. "We need to tell the police. They can't arrest her for something she hasn't done yet," my wife said. "We let her do it. Document everything, then destroy her." My wife spent her final months preparing. Her attorney drafted documents proving no surrogacy occurred. Medical records from Bay Area fertility centers showing no embryo transfer. DNA tests using my nephew's hair from our couch. "She'll do it at his first birthday," my wife predicted, in front of everyone. My wife died March 15th. 2 weeks later, my sister texted, "Can we talk about the estate? I have documents." The birthday party, May 20th. Backyard barbecue, 20 guests, Mickey Mouse decorations. We were eating cake when my sister stood and tapped her wine glass. "I need to share something important. My son is actually her biological child. I was her surrogate. According to her will, he inherits half of his $800,000 house." She waved the document like a trophy. The backyard went silent. Forks clattered onto plates. My mother's beer bottle hit the grass. Every eye turned to me, waiting for me to crumble. I smiled. "May I see it?" I asked calmly. She handed it over triumphantly. "Forged signature, wrong legal terms, amateur work." "Interesting, because I have the real will right here," I said, pulling out my phone. "Notarized by the attorney 2 weeks before she died. No mention of your son." My sister's face went white. "I also have medical records proving no embryo transfer ever occurred. DNA test from GeneDx showing your son shares 0 genetic markers with my wife. He's not her biological child." I swiped the screenshots. "And 6 months of your texts with your boyfriend, planning this fraud, calculating how much money you'd get, how I'd be too broken to fight." My brother stood up, staring at her in disbelief. She started crying. "I needed the money. I'm struggling, so you destroyed my wife's memory. Forged documents while I was burying her. Used her love for your son to manipulate everyone." Her boyfriend grabbed her arm. "We should leave." "Wait," I said. "She left you something." I played the voice recording. My wife's weak voice filled the yard. "If you're hearing this, you went through with it. I hoped I was wrong. I hoped love would win over greed, but it didn't. I'm disappointed, but not surprised. You've spent your whole life comparing yourself to me, feeling like you deserved what I had. Now you're using my death to try to take it. I forgive you, but he doesn't have to." The recording ended. My sister sobbed, mascara running. My parents stood frozen by the grill. My wife's mother cried quietly. My sister and her boyfriend left through the side gate. Nobody stopped them. 2 days later, I sent everything to the district attorney. Fraud, forgery, defamation. The attorney said 7 years possible. My sister moved to Oregon 3 months later. Couldn't face everyone who knew what she'd done. My mom still talks to her sometimes. She's still family, she says, but I don't. Some bridges, once burned, stay burned. I think about my wife's planning, how she knew her own sister well enough to predict the betrayal, how she left me everything I needed to fight back. Last week, I got a letter from my sister. An apology, therapy, regret, asking for forgiveness. I read it twice, then put it in a drawer with all the other documents from that nightmare. The forged will, the DNA tests, a text message screenshots. My wife's final letter to me. Some apologies come too late. Some betrayals can't be forgiven. But I appreciated knowing she finally understood what she'd lost. Not just the money she tried to steal, but her entire family, her reputation, her sister's memory. My wife had predicted all of it, every single move, and she'd made sure I had the weapons I needed to win.